floating. It's about this is the one too. The segment in which we talk about any and all things boxing. So it could pertain to just one singular match or just in a completely different era of how boxing was, whatever it may actually be. Any and all things. Any and all things. Let's get into it. Today's topic, El Rayo Valenzuela and Edwin de los Santos. This shit right here was something I just did not fully expect. El Rayo being the undefeated prospect, you would genuinely think that he's going to be coming in and keeping that undefeated record. But no. De los Santos had different plans, different ideas. And let's just see exactly how he executed it. De los Santos dips to his left, but then actually ends up taking a beautiful overhand right three-piece combination for actually doing so. But then completely disrupts everything with this jab right here, and essentially ends up setting the pace for him and the rest of the fight at this point in time. El Rayo could not come back, and you can hear the disappointment because you can see that he was even baiting him in certain times, like how he did here to catch him with this beautiful right hook. I'm telling you, pacing is everything. That is, especially if you want to be a walk-em down pressure fighter, quite like how El Rayo is. It's not as if that the plan or the strategy itself isn't bad, it's just whenever you happen to be going up against somebody like De Los Santos who is able to time you and is able to dog it out just as well as you are kind of going to need to come up with a better strategy and break some rhythm. He did end up catching him with this beautiful left hook, but I will say that this punch right here and also the other one that's about to come up really could have been the enders of the fight. Bow, that was beautiful. Look at his face. He literally put so much power into that, but he had nothing left in his legs. El Rayo had already been basically wobbled like 2 different times beforehand, and now, God, this was the punch where I basically knew that, okay, at this point in time, he's not coming back. The fight is going to be exactly what it is. I'm just going to have to be okay with El Rayo giving his heart out. De Los Santos got a point taken away for the over-aggression, but I think it only really made him more mad because just look at this thing, dude. Like, God. And this right here was the final and hardest exchange of the fight. Both took good shots, but the short left hand from De Los Santos put El Rayo down. Whenever he got back up, De Los Santos cleaned up house, and afterwards the ref stopped it. In my opinion, this is a really crazy ass outcome still. I still cannot fully believe that it actually happened. But El Rayo is not somebody in which we need to be looking down on at all. This is just one loss. This is a guy that was actually able to put Teofimo Lopez himself down onto his ass in sparring, even whenever he was younger than where he is right now. And his opponent, while I may not know that much about him, he was a pretty big threat in his own right as well, De Los Santos. But he's just still remains an enigma. He only had 2 weeks to fully prepare for the fight, and then he still came out and executed in such a beautiful way. It's something that you still have to have some form of respect for, even if you've never actually heard of him. At the end of the day, I would just say this: keep your head up for El Rayo, but keep your eyes out for De Los Santos.
Buena, tremenda izquierda.